What happens when a monster runs into a nightmare? It has become a custom over the years, almost tradition for Japanese boxing event organizers to hold a major boxing event close to or even on the eve of a new year. Predominantly featuring in these bouts since around 2014 is arguably one of Japan's greatest sporting exports, Naoya the Monster Inoue. This coming Tuesday, the 26th of December at the Ariake Arena, Tokyo, Japan, Hideyuki Ohashi serves up another end-of-year boxing spectacle. Four-division champ and former bantamweight undisputed champ Naoya Inoue will look to become a two-division undisputed champ when he puts up his WBC and WBA Super Bantamweight belts to take on current IBF and WBA Super Bantamweight champion Filipino Marlon "Nightmare" Tapales. Not many are giving the Filipino much chance of overcoming the monster, but the tough and strong Tapales will no doubt summon up Pinoy power to not only remain unified champ, but for he himself to become an undisputed champion. The vacant Super Bantam Ring Magazine belt is also on the line, so you don't want to miss the action. Since first bursting onto the scene like a ripe pimple on the face of a prepubescent teen, undefeated Naoya the Monster Inoue has laid waste to all that have stood in his way. Touting an 88% knockout ratio, 22 of Naoya's 25 victories as a pro have come by way of stoppage. Along the way and throughout his journey, Inoue has encountered a number of opponents that were expected to test Inoue and even potentially cause an upset. Pundits and fans alike paying attention to the young Japanese fighter's career had considered potential banana peels in opponents like Omar Narvaez back when Inoue campaigned as a super flyweight, or Nonito Donaire at bantamweight, Australia's Jason Maloney, and most recently Stephen Fulton at 122 pounds in Inoue's very first bout in that division. In just about every case, aside from his first bout with Nonito, Inoue proved to not just dominate in devastating fashion, but reinforced in the minds of many an onlooker that there is indeed something special about Naoya Inoue. It's not only the monster's ability to disarm his opponents with concussive power that is fascinating, but it's the nature in which he is able to do it. Subtle footwork and positioning in relation to his opponent enables Naoya to remain a constant presence and typically forces his opponent to engage either to keep Naoya off of them or to invite an offensive. In either case, it's during these exchanges that Naoya's sharp and rubber band-like counter shots act as a warning, a cautionary message from Inoue making it clear to any rival that goes as follows: if you want a victory against me, you better be prepared to eat power punches all night. The tell is usually written on the faces of Inoue's challengers, and it's not long before their inevitable retreat. Naoya's pressure incrementally intensifies as the fight progresses, but when he sees you in trouble, he pounces, and he is quick to put contenders out of their misery. Not many can hang with Inoue's power. Does Tapales have the beard to not just survive in there, but to go on and win? Don't be fooled by the fact that Marlon "Nightmare" Tapales is the overwhelming underdog going into this bout against Naoya Inoue. That means very little if you believe in yourself and your ability, and when you have an entire nation behind you. The Philippines is a sporting mad nation, and they get behind their heroes like they have and continue to do so for the retired boxing phenom and multi-division champion Manny Pacquiao. Or like they did and continue to do so for Mark Magsayo, Nonito Donaire, and so on. It's with reliable expectation that the Southeast Asian nation, with a population of over 100 million and with a proud boxing history, will no doubt turn out in support for their man. Marlon arrived to a hero's welcome in the Philippines after capturing his first major belt, the WBO World Bantamweight title, back in 2016. It was the same greeting he received when he upset the odds and beat MJ Akhmadaliev to become the IBF and WBA 122-pound champion earlier in 2023. Clearly, it's not the first time that Tapales has upset the apple cart, and it seems that if you give Tapales time to find his rhythm and range, if you allow him to establish himself in the fight, it will be a long night for you if you are standing opposite to him. Despite not carrying an unblemished record, 37 wins with 19 by KO and 3 losses with 2 by KO, Tapales possesses a lot in his arsenal that could cause Inoue some issues. A smart, technically sound fighter with patience, well-timed and placed punch selection, accompanied by power in both hands, Tapales is not to be underestimated. A sharp, hard lead right hand, big left hook, consistent level changing and opportunistic and creative punching when on the inside are just some of the things that Inoue will have to consider in this fight. Inoue has faced southpaws before and demolished the last 2 that stepped in the ring with him. However, I think Tapales will offer a more creative and unpredictable challenge. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to iron my creased linen pantaloons whilst wearing them. But the question here is who will be able to stand up to the other's power more successfully? Who has the better chin? I've seen both take decent shots, and although both fighters carry power, there is something almost mythical about the force and destruction that Inoue inflicts on his opponents. Scariest still is that he's an all-round fighter with boxing skill and IQ, so in other words, he will find you in that ring, and he will land. I see the reaction on fighters' faces when that happens, and I suspect that Marlon Tapales will also be taken aback by Inoue's strength. I have Inoue winning by knockout in the middle rounds.
Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one.
Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you will receive some cool perks. If you're looking for some new threads, we've got t-shirts, hoodies, and much, much more. So head on over to our Michael Akobi Pound for Pound TV stores. They can be found on Redbubble and Spreadshop. Join me on my travels and head on over to my other YouTube channel titled Barefoot and Free. There you can follow me as I traverse the many parts of our planet and occasionally get into a spot of bother. Nonetheless, it's always fun and entertaining. If you're struggling with some of life's obstacles and challenges, my book How to Get Out of Life Traps might just be the answer that you're looking for to help guide you through the difficult times. It's helped many get past some of their darkest moments, and it might do the same to you. You can purchase it on Amazon, where you can also find a wide range of my other works. Those works include screenplay to book adaptations, a fairly unique concept, with genres covering comedy, heist and revenge, drama, supernatural and crime, if that's more your cup of tea. You can find them by following the link provided.